We're here at Camp Perry, Ohio, and I'm with one of the senior NCOs of the Army Reserve Marksmanship Program, Sergeant Major Berenson. Sergeant Major, how long have you been with the Army Reserve Marksmanship Program?
I've been with the program since 1982, and doing the math, it's roughly 32 years with the All Reserve program.
Now, as a shooter yourself, what different disciplines were you involved with? What was some of your history there?
Well, I started shooting small bore in high school with junior ROTC, and then it migrated to service rifle, and shot with the service rifle team for roughly 15 years. And then I migrated over to the combat team, which shoots rifle and pistol, and now I'm back as NCOIC of the service rifle team.
Now, as a reservist that would be interested in joining the marksmanship program, what are the different disciplines that the program is currently involved in?
Well, we currently have 3 national reserve teams. The first one being service rifle. It's a discipline that's supported by and governed by the NRA and the Civilian Marksmanship Program, and it's shot mainly with the AR-15 rifle. That's one, and then there's another team that is the service pistol team. Again, that's a CMP and National Rifle Association sponsored events, and that's fired with various handguns at distances of 25 to 50 yards. And then the third national team is the combat team, and that's both rifle and pistol, shooting stock, standard, unmodified, as issued M16s and M9s.
Okay, now as a reservist that would like to join one of those teams, what's the general procedure for someone that wants to become involved?
Well, generally speaking, you have to have an interest in marksmanship. And having a background in it is certainly helpful, though not absolutely required. I would suggest spending a lot of time with your own firearms at a range, working on your basic marksmanship principles, sight alignment, your steady position, trigger squeeze, things like this. And then I would recommend searching out local clubs, local affiliated clubs in your area. Many of them are very hospitable to new people coming in wanting to learn about the discipline. You'll have members of the club or members of that program that will usually generously offer their equipment and expertise to help you move along in the program, and you can slowly acquire some of the basic gear that's needed in order to improve your skills over time. And then once that's achieved, you can contact, or once you start working on that, I would recommend contacting the 416th Tactical Theater Engineer Command, who is the governing body or the executive manager for the Army Reserve Marksmanship Program, and inquire as to opportunities that might be available through the Army Reserve, some local area matches that may be put on by the Reserve or National Guard that they could go and participate in.
Okay. Now, as the NCOIC of the service rifle in particular, what are some specific tips for someone that wants to shoot that discipline?
Well, I would recommend, if you haven't done it before, you definitely need to seek out local affiliated clubs that shoot service rifle. That is the best way to get involved with it because of the particulars involved. Trying to come to our team without having any experience with service rifle is usually quite a challenge to make the grade. We do have a developmental team or a developmental squad that we do bring along that we help with information on and equipment that help train them up, and so we can help there, but you have to almost come into this with a little bit of experience, at least understanding the courses of fire, the equipment required, and things of this nature.
What are the typical classifications of your normal roster, just as an example of the better shooters here?
Right. In the service rifle category, in the classification department, you have marksman, sharpshooter, expert, and then you have master and high master. High master is the top of the heap on the classification system. I would say 90% of the people that we have on our squad are either master or high master, or shooting those level scores. And then our developmental roster, you will have them in the lower classifications, working their way up to master and high master.
Thank you, Sergeant Major.
Sure.